This is a Cherokee greeting, you know, it makes me feel at home. Buenas tardes también, and that's a Spanish greeting, and that's because I've been following my theme about Mexico, Mexico, and especially the famous, world-renowned poet Octavio Paz, and that's how I'm going to do a reading today. And this poem is going to be about the sunstone. The sunstone is, you know, Piedra del Sol in Mexico. It's an Aztec, like that. And it's huge, it's huge. It would be this whole huge space right here. And what I have is a little tiny one right over here. The camera can see it pretty close. You know. So that's going to be the main topic here. That sunstone is, like I said, 24 tons. That's how much it weighs. It's made of rock, and was found sometime in the 18th century, buried there in the Zocalo. That's the main plaza in Mexico City where the cathedral is. And so it was buried there, and they uncovered it and propped it up. The Catholic priest, you know, thought it was the work of the devil and really wanted the Mexicans to deface it, but I guess it survived after all. I've seen it in person in the National Museum in Mexico City, where it's very dramatically displayed, you know, upright like this one here. But probably it was, you know, horizontal, it was laying down flat, like a sundial. And there does seem to be some holes. They think maybe they had little gnomes around it, you know, to cast shadows or something, so they could figure the way the thing was functioning, try to put it that way. The Aztec name for it is Oyen, which means movement. Movement. The universe is time, and time is movement, and movement is change. So the whole culture of Mexico would seem to be, it's based on the origin, like origin of life, like creation, and it revolves into destruction, so it just goes on, creation, destruction, okay, evolves that way. And here I've mounted this little one. I bought it the last time we were over in Mexico from a woman, so I kind of like it. I put a red on it. That's the Hindu kumkum powder, meaning that is sacred, that it's holy. And I mounted it in this Mexican tortilla basket. And that basket is woven of tule, you know, tule bulrushes, like that. And that's a Spanish name that comes from the Aztec name. The Aztec name for tule is Toyen. So Toyen rhymes with Oyen. And the people we call it Aztecs, they immigrated from the Pacific side of Mexico. There's a very, very wide island. They think that's where they came from. And they migrated over there to the Valley of Mexico, which is the title of Octavio Paz's poem in this case. And in the big lake, Tecosho, there was an island, and they settled on that island they called Tenochtitlan, which means the place where the cactus grows. But the island was surrounded by Toyen, and that's called the shield of the island, so that's the way I put it up here. So you're kind of focusing on that, so I can say, the face of Oyen was carved into a great stone called the sunstone. That symbol was the unifying sign that reveals the mystery of the universe and the meaning of life. And for here in Native America, especially, that this is considered the most precious monument ever found on the American continent, and one of the most admirable, perfect achievements of the human intellect. It was designed by a mastermind who destined it to be the image of a plan based on the idea of a central and yet all-embracing dual force to regulate the actions of all people, bringing their communal life into accord with the movements of the universe. I'm very, very proud of that. I'm very proud that I got to see it, be with it in person. It's very, very much a presence. And so this is going to be Octavio's poem on that. Oh, I should also say, over here, what this is a picture of is that the zenith of the sun over Peninsula, over Mexico City, is called 4 Ocelot. In Mexico, Native America, 4 trumps 3. In Europe, everything is in terms of trinity. In Native America, it's 4. So 4, the 4 movement. Everything of the sunstone is in terms of 4s. And the zenith of that would seem even like the solstice, summer solstice, is 4 Ocelot. And that's what this is standing for. In the National Museum, where the stone is, there is a very big, well-carved, ferocious-looking stone, Ocelot. And the back is like a hollow. They think they put blood or hearts in that hollow of that. But that's what this is here. So, Tlaocelotl means 4 Ocelot here. And this is my painting. And this painting is the constellation for his poem. Here, I got the sun up there, and you'll see. So that all of that there. My painting is Las plumas ojos del sol, eye feathers of the sun. Here we go. The day unfolds its transparent body, and as a bundle of reeds binds me to the sunstone, and the light strikes me with great invisible hammers. I am only a pause between one vibration and the other. The living point is punto vivo, the sharp, quiet point fixed at the intersection of 2 side glances that ignore each other and meet within me. Do they make a pact? I am pure space. Through my body, I see my other body. The stone sparkles, and the sun plucks out my eyes. 2 stars extend their feathers around my empty eye sockets. Splendor, a spiral of wings, and the iridescent tornado. And now my eyes sing, so peer into their song. Throw yourself into the bonfire, still shooting sparks in front of a landscape of giant eyes. And you will look at me with your last gaze, a gaze that fades the day, that fades the sky, and the song of the night that begins. Oh.